Depending on the character's roles, some liberties to keep the plot moving are unrealistic. What I'm focused on is learned behavior, something you see over time. That is why I like series, because it starts to develop a character into a person and it constrains the writer into how the character can react. If you violate the spirit of the character, then you soon will find interest in the books will disappear. While the thoughts are inspired by the book, it does not imply the writer intended to inspire the thoughts I have. When I understood for sure I was gay, it was a process for me. I had indications, but honestly, I wasn't much of a social person, so it wasn't a priority. I could perform a few times with someone of the opposite sex, but eventually it wasn't in me anymore. A relationship for me is to be a lifelong commitment, and I understand that cannot be with a woman. Yet I truly believed that being gay was about sex alone. I wouldn't go there if that's all it was. A relationship had to be possible. I focused on everything and everybody but me for a decade because I didn't want to deal with this question. And so basically, I was celibate. I did that not for others, but because I could not ignore my responsibilities, both to myself and those around me. I would not act without regard to how my actions affect others. I wish more would do the same. It's something that used to be taught, but as with all things, it goes out of fashion as too stuffy and old. The new always improves on things, and too often the improvements are only superficial. Never will they consider when things are not working to look back and see when things started to go wrong. That is the blindness of society, and I weep that not enough value wisdom. For many today, knowledge alone is important. Wisdom is ignored, and if you dare to speak out about it, you are often hated. While the thoughts are inspired by the book, it does not imply the writer intended to inspire the thoughts I have. The attempt is to start a discussion and get people to think about human behavior from the perspective of the closet. How this might lead to problems that make friends or partners or even business relationships difficult. I can understand why some would dismiss this effort. I find reminders in how the characters behave with memories of my own experiences and then explore that aspect. It's meant to start people to think. It is not meant to imply I am right. If you do not share the ideals with others, then how will you know if you're right? When talking, the focus should be on challenging and exposing your ideals, not in changing other opinions. That would only lead to frustration, since the only person you can change is yourself.